Hello, this is Miss Neubauer, and let's work on our penmanship. What letter stands for the ocean? The letter C. All right, so before we get started on our goal, I want you to get your beginning print sheet out. And what you're going to do is you're going to take a pen or pencil and you're going to write those two sentences at the top. Write hello, today is, and the date. And then my name is, and if you write your first name and your last name, that would be great. I know you're taking this class to learn how to print, so you might not be able to do this yet, but if you would like, you can start this. This will be kind of like a memory, so when we look back to see where we started, this will be it. So put that off to the side. When you're finished, if you need to pause the video, that's fine, and finish writing, and then you can join me back. And also, you can do that at any time. All right, so our goal for today, our lesson goal number 2 is to warm up and build finger, hand, and arm muscles in the back here. So from lesson 1, if you finished up your pin, your yarn, and your bead exercises, you should be feeling like you're getting a few little muscles in your hand. Now we need to warm them up. So if you can remember, when you wake up in the morning, however you wake up, you just kind of open your eyes, you might close your eyes a bit. You're like, oh, it's morning. Or do you just jump out of bed and start running around? Well, for me, I do number 1. I kind of slowly get up, stretch out a little bit, nice stretch. My body warms up before I start running. I don't run out of bed right away, but maybe when I was younger, I would. Okay, so we're going to do the same thing today with our warm-up exercises. So before we work on our worksheet, I just want to show you on my whiteboard. So basically what we're going to do is we're going to warm up, we're going to trace circles, and we're also going to do what we call a running oval. So what this is doing is you're going to be using your hand, finger muscles, and also your arm muscles. We're just going to warm it up, and we're just going to use our worksheet. Okay, so if you can get a pen, I like to work with a pen because if you work with a pencil, you think you can erase it, and a pen is more permanent, and it's, you can do your best you can do with your pen. All right, so get out your worksheet number 2 warm-ups, and I'm going to use a pen. And then make sure we're going to start with our L. Remember to give me L. So you're going to have your head nice and straight, your shoulders are back, your back straight, and the L is your arms on your desk. Make sure you have a nice ample room around you to work. Okay, I'm going to switch over to the other camera so you can see me as we go. So remember to hold your pen. And you're not going to hold your pen like this. I see a lot of students want to do that, or they hold the pen back here and you're going to write. In order to control, you got to have it close to the ends, and then you also want to have a nice triangle, like a tripod. Okay, so the first row, so the directions are to slowly trace over the circles and ovals. You will need to warm up your hand each time you write. So we're going to be using this sheet every day. So you might want to, before you get started, use this every day. Getting ahead of myself here. Okay, so basically the number 1, and then there's an arrow. So that's where you begin. And you're going to trace over the circle. So this is actually going to make the letter O as an owl. It's going to be, let's work on the second one. It's going to be part of making an A for apple, a B for berry, and a P for pen. Okay, so 3 circles. And hopefully you're doing okay tracing over it. So all my worksheets I created myself. So this isn't the computer, this is actually my hand. So that way when you get better, you're gonna also be creating everything by hand. All right, so the 4th one is you're gonna continue around. So this one might be getting a little harder. So you're gonna use your fingers, most of your fingers, and trace over almost like spiral, a coil. Okay, so half of the sheet is going to be tracing. All right, and make sure you're staying in the line. So you want to take the top dash line and then stay to the bottom line. You want to go below or above each one. So you want nice control. And hopefully you're going to start feeling your finger and hand muscles as you write. Okay, so we made it to the end. Now I would like you to try to do some on your own. So try the circles. So you're going to start at the top, go down to the bottom, and back to the top. A nice circle. Actually, it's just the letter O, but we're just warming up. So we're just going to say circle for now. All right, 3 circles. And then start your coil. Okay. Nice control. Touching the bottom, touching the dash line, come back down. Okay. All right, we finished the first row. So how are you feeling? You feeling it in your fingers yet? I know I can feel it on mine. I'm starting to warm up myself. Another thing is when you're holding it, if you're pressing really hard, you're going to see the white in your finger. You can see it turns pink and white. You don't want to press too hard. You don't want to use, you're clenching and it's like, no, you want to be nice and light. They have old pen schools before we had typewriters and computers. You would be able to slide out the pen. You want to just barely use a lot of muscles to hold it. You don't want to use all your muscles because that's going to cramp up right away. Okay, the second line, row. You're going to do the same 3 circles. Okay, doing your best to trace over the lines. And then you're going to start from the bottom, and then you're going to do the dashed lines. You're doing the opposite way. So of course, you gotta have your muscles go either way. Warming up our muscles. Okay. Keep going, doing your best. If you're not, your hand's a little shaky, that's okay. My hand gets a little shaky too. You're gonna keep on the running oval coil, I guess. Okay, now try this on your own. Okay, so this is what we call warm up. So this sheet we're going to use each day. I would like you to do at least 2 rows for warm up. That would be the best thing to do. Okay, now you're all on your own trying to do your coils. Now, because I have done this thousands of times, probably thousands, I've been writing for a very long time. I teach writing and I also write for a hobby. I'm probably making it look easy. So if you're having a harder time, you might need to stop and go and stop and go. That's okay. You're just learning. It's your first day. Okay, so finish off the second row with you. And hopefully you're going to start on third row. If I'm going too fast, you can just pause it. That's okay. So the third row is we're going to go opposite. You're still going to make your 3 circles, but this time you're going to go the opposite way. So that's going to build different muscles. And then we're going to start at the top, dash line, and go down. And then for the 4th row, you're going to start at the bottom and go up to the dash line. Now, if you're really going to warm up your hand, you're going to do the whole top to bottom. This one's get a little bit challenging. Okay, so this is our warm-up exercise we're going to use each day. And if you just want to do 2 rows for now, and then maybe take a little break and do 2 rows. This is also building your hand muscles. Okay, so I feel like we accomplished our goal today of warming up and building your hand muscles. Hopefully you feel the same way too. And I just want you to keep practicing, and remember, it's all about progress and not perfection. So for your homework for today, you're going to, first of all, you're going to do your beginning print page, and you're going to hang it up, and you're going to save it for when we're done. And then the second goal is that was our warm-up and building hand muscles. We're going to keep working on finishing the rows. And then before we start lesson 3, I want you to do maybe 1 row or 2 rows before you start lesson 3. All right, I'm glad we had a great class today. And hopefully you did too. So keep on working, and remember, progress over perfection. Have a good day.